Should you bid low with FAAB in fantasy football? Imagine you're at the waiver wire auction, and everyone else is throwing big bids around. Should you follow suit or play it cool with a low bid? In fantasy football, FAAB or free agent acquisition budget is the tool you use to grab players from the waiver wire. Each team starts with a set amount, often $100, and bids are secret. The highest bid wins the player, but how much you bid can make a big difference. Bidding low can be a smart move, especially on players who aren't highly sought after. It helps you save your FAAB for future opportunities. For example, if a backup running back suddenly gets more touches, you might want to bid just a few dollars to snag him. This way, you keep most of your budget intact for later in the season when more impactful players hit the wire. Some leagues allow $0 bids, which means you can try to pick up players without spending any FAAB. This is useful if you think no one else will bid on a player, but it's less effective for top-tier options. On the other hand, bidding high makes sense when a player has a clear chance to boost your team immediately. If a star receiver is injured and a replacement is set to get a lot of targets, you might need to spend a big chunk of your FAAB to secure him. Spending more can lock in players who could be game changers, especially if you're competing for a playoff spot. The key is managing your FAAB wisely. If you blow most of it early on, you might struggle to make moves later. But if you bid too low on players who turn out to be valuable, you could miss out entirely. It's about balancing short-term needs with long-term strategy. If you see a player with a favorable schedule or increased playing time coming up, sometimes you have to bid more to get him. Using your FAAB to block opponents from grabbing players they need can also be a good tactic if you have enough budget. It weakens their team and keeps you competitive. Remember, conserving FAAB is important, but so is acting when the right opportunity arises. Bidding low on less popular players helps keep your funds for when you really need them. In the end, bidding low with FAAB can be a smart move if you're strategic. It keeps your options open and preserves your budget for the season's big moments. Just be sure to know when to spend more to lock in players who can make a real difference. Managing your FAAB well is one of the best ways to stay ahead in fantasy football.